Buenos dias and good morning, senor, senora, and senorita. This message comes to you from the heart of dawn. We travel at warp speed toward the dawn of humanity. What's the difference between doubt and absolute certainty? Well, the metaphor I can come up with would be, doubt would be like a horse and cart, and absolute certainty like a fighter jet. Yeah, that would be about the comparison that I would come up with. Doubt is such a toxic emotion. It just can cripple you. Just the second guessing and the not sure and exhaustion. Yes, the exhaustion from carrying that energy. It's unbelievable, the difference. It's literally like falling off the top of Mount Everest when you're in your divinity and go down into that doubt program. Because now questioning everything, questioning this and questioning that and unsure. And literally to do a muscle test on doubt of something, I can literally put a person's arm down with one finger. That's how much power we give away when we do that. That's it. Yes. Now in my case, I've spent so much time in absolute certainty that it's just natural. I hardly notice things. I hardly notice me in it, because it's as natural as breathing. And then something happened on Friday. I work with a doctor that had a really toxic background, and I ended up, spilling some of that on. It ended up spilling on me, and it took me a few days, and that's what happened. I fell into the river of doubt, and it takes me a while. I don't have the luxury of seeing me from the outside as I can see you. And so it takes me a little longer to figure things out sometimes, even with my heightened awareness that it is. And so, having said that, I did figure it out finally, and it is catastrophic, the difference. It is absolutely crazy. And how did I find out? I'll tell you how I found out. In the middle of the night, and that's the biggest thing. In the middle of the night, when there is no intellect, there is no logic, there is no reason going on. And I just was awoken, and dawn, replace your doubt with absolute certainty. Wow, okay, got it. And that's it. And so now, just to get back on track as quickly as possible physically as a result of the crash, and just in time, because there's something major about to transpire here for humanity, actually. For humanity. I found the big picture. We got all the answers yesterday. Got all the answers yesterday of the system to put in place to shift humanity's consciousness. Oh my goodness. As crazy, amazing as my creativity is, and as wild as it is, as unhuman as it is, because of the massive size and speed. So if you think about it this way, in Dr. David Hawkins' book, Power versus Force, he talks about levels of consciousness. And on average, people are right now are 210 out of 1,000. And the average is, he said that on average a person will raise their consciousness by 5 points in a lifetime. Okay, 5 points in a lifetime. I'm talking about raising all of humanity's consciousness from its existing 210 to 700 by the end of 2021, December 31st. Yes. Now, how do those compare? None. Is there any logic to that? No. Is there any reason to that? No. Is there any common sense to that? None. Okay? But these downloads I'm getting and what we're doing, and then we had this amazing, amazing meeting of the technology that will allow me to do this. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy how amazing it is. And now all we need to do is to let the whole world know that this is here. That, yes, we got one piece left, and that's to extract the coding of soul. How she came so ready. She had a complete willingness to do this. She had a complete willingness to let go of her old programming. She had a complete surrender into the surrender of the I Am Divinity, and she had a complete surrender of letting go of all of her old programs, all of her old identities. And she had a conviction that's second to none. It's like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. 4.5 months in, she hasn't had a bad day. So, well, she did have one, and about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that was it. And we were able to find that and clean that up. So, that's a pretty good batting average. 4.5 months, one bad day, or one bad hour. But all the bad is just, okay, there was something got triggered. This is what it is. And so there you go. Like, no, there's no logic and there's no reason and common sense to the vision I have for humanity. None whatsoever. But yet I know we're doing this. And this is happening. And it's happening as we speak. Yes, all the pieces are coming into place. Very, very, very exciting, to say the least. So, you have yourself a magnificent day. Remember that that doubt is as toxic as drinking kerosene. That's how toxic it is. It is that toxic. And it will destroy relationships. You know, like doubting whether your partner's running around on you, or doubting whether you're going to be fired or not, or doubting how your kids might turn out, and like all of those things. And it just goes on and on. But know that that's the monkey mind of the ego. It's the monkey mind of the ego. Yeah, and it will not stop. And the more power you give it, the more it does it. Yeah. So know that in the I Am Divinity, there's a quietness, there's a calmness, and there's an absolute certainty. An absolute certainty. Yes. And I was thrown off my horse there for a couple of days trying to figure out what it was, but wow. Okay. This is what it's like to be fully human for a couple of days. Well, it's over and done with now, and there we have it. So, absolute certainty is the natural one of the natural characteristic traits of the I Am Divinity, along with bliss and joy and excitement and enthusiasm. Yes, that's what they are. So, have yourself a magnificent day. This message comes to you from the heart of dawn as we travel at warp speed toward the dawn of humanity.